Hello, this is Tanya and Catherine with Twin Flame Mystique 1111, and today's video is going to be a channeled message that we're going to talk about, and the message is about purging, getting the message. So lately we have all been purging, feeling the collective.
Right.
But what is your personal message for purging?
Right. When you're purging, what we mean by purging is whenever you are releasing emotions. Crying for no reason. You feel like you're crying for no reason. Laughter.
Crying is more typical, I think.
Right, it is.
It's removing the blocked energy that you have.
And that block is what is keeping you from it's keeping you from knowing what the purging is, what it's for, what it's about.
Because there's always a message.
That's right.
And it's not just for the collective. I mean, yes, it is for the collective, but it is also a personal message for each individual, for each of us.
Right.
So now we need to figure out what is the message behind the purging.
Right.
Anytime you feel any type of ascension symptoms,
right,
you are connecting to spirit.
You're channeling.
You're channeling.
You are channeling.
And that's actually the message that came through.
Right. And how do you figure out what that message is for you personally, right? For the block that you may have, the block that you're needing to release in order to fully connect to the universal flow. Okay.
Because we are all mediums.
We are all mediums.
We are all
mediums.
Right. So when you're experiencing purging and ascension symptoms, it is a call to heal and raise your vibration.
Exactly. And the symptoms are calling for you to anchor them in. When you anchor in these ascension symptoms, when you anchor in the higher frequencies, vibrations that they are in, that they come through, okay, it's a message to start a healing modality.
Yes.
Okay, that help you anchor in.
A healing modality, and also there is a connection that Spirit was speaking of.
Right.
With shamanism.
Exactly.
Which is, connecting with the earth, with the elementals.
With the elements, yes.
That's how you ground and anchor in the energies. Is for example, through shamanism.
Right.
And this is something that is all in all of us. It's innate.
It is. It is an innate ability for us all. It's just up to you on when you're going to tap into those resources from within.
And this, the realization of this, how we feel it, how it comes to us, and then what we do with it. This is the next step forward in human evolution.
That is the life purpose.
So we had to get, at least the majority of us had to get into the 5D first. So the next step is hey, guess what? We're all psychics.
Right.
We're all mediums. We're all shamans.
Because we're all channeling.
We're all healers.
That's right.
And this is the next step forward.
Right. So we had to get into the 5D in order to anchor it into the 3D and make it into your reality.
Our ascension symptoms are our guidance.
That's right.
It's our guidance on what to do next. Whether it's for me, it was something, that I had to release, a karmic
situation.
Yeah, I don't remember, maybe a cycle, but yeah, a karmic situation. This is why we feel these
right
ascension symptoms. We have felt purging and symptoms as a push to heal.
Exactly. That's
No.
what the message is. It's
Right.
a push to heal.
So, like, when we're, and we went for a long time where we're feeling, oh, my back hurts, this and that. And always in the back of my mind, I felt like, you know what? Well, we should be practicing Reiki more.
Exactly.
And
Right.
so that's what I had been feeling. And then when this message came through today, I was like, well, that makes sense. It's like Spirit will do what it takes to get you to move.
Exactly.
So if it means, almost completely incapacitating you to the point that you can't function, to get you
Right.
to heal,
Right.
to use your Reiki, to use
the healing
these
modalities.
talents that we have, they'll do
These
it.
innate abilities, yes. Being meditation, grounding, Reiki, Tai Chi, any modality that is healing is going to be one that helps you move your chi,
Yes.
helps move your energetic flow. Okay? That is, and that's how we anchor in to these higher frequencies, these higher vibrations of 5D, 60, 70, 90, 8, it is, there is no limit to where or how high you can go. But it is the healing modalities that you learn through, right?
And it really doesn't matter which healing modality you use. It's like whichever one that you prefer personally.
And the one that you prefer is the one that, again, you are receiving a message from Spirit as to the one that is going to help you, anchor it in or receive the message.
Right.
So, and that's our, where our inner shaman comes in as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, as far as connecting to the earth whenever you're grounding, whenever you're earthing. We're feeling the symptoms of the changes in the weather. Even that is an ascension symptom because, the changes of the earth, the changes in Gaia.
And another
are changes of the frequency.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, another important part of the message is we connect through the vibration in our internal vibrations.
Right.
Right? That's how we connect to Spirit.
Right.
So the way in which we connect to Spirit depends on our own personal vibration.
That's right.
So we are all always constantly channeling Spirit, whether you realize it or not. And we are all pieces of the collective consciousness puzzle.
Right.
So at some point, we all have to get our little piece of the puzzle into the mix.
Right.
Because we're all important and, we're all necessary. We all, the collective needs our piece of the puzzle.
Right. We all have a job. What's yours?
Right.
It's not the one that you're thinking that you're doing, that you are allowing to keep you shut off from Spirit.
And Spirit is always ready for us to add our puzzle piece to the collective. But you have to be able to match this vibration in order to add your piece.
That's right.
Right? So it looked like a wheel.
Yeah.
Like the wheel, if you want to think of the Wheel of Fortune, in the tarot, or the wheel on The Price is Right, whichever. It comes around, and when it gets to you, then that is your opportunity to add your piece of the puzzle.
Sure.
But if you're not a vibrational match, then it's really not going to stop. It's like it keeps going.
Yeah.
And you're going to try, and if you miss it this time, what's going to come back around? you know, if you miss it, it'll come back around. It may take a couple of
Right.
spins, but eventually,
Just like these, the retrograde energies. It's
yeah.
like that.
The more you work with, you know, your healing,
Right.
the higher your vibration is going to be, and then the more likely you are to be able to add your piece.
And the more in tune you are to spirit.
Yes.
And in being able to interpret the message of the ascension symptoms that you're going through. Yep.
So,
Wow.
for an example, we've been having some serious purging that we've been going through the last couple of weeks, and I know a lot of our friends are too.
That's
and our
right.
clients.
Right. They're
So
sitting at, crying for no reason is what they're feeling and what we're feeling. And the healing modality that you use is what's going to help you identify it. And that's what we've been doing. We've used Reiki.
we use Reiki. We use going to the beach.
Yes,
For
in nature. And
yeah,
there's
for grounding, get your feet, your bare feet in the like, we've all known this for a while.
Right.
About the grounding, about the healing,
Right.
and about the purging. But now, Spirit is saying it's time for us to level up again. So
exactly.
It's not a matter of, yes, we are purging for the collective. We're feeling the collective, but
Right.
hey, you are the collective.
Thank you.
So until you heal what you're purging,
Right.
and until you identify it and heal it,
Right.
you're stuck in a way, and then you're going to continue to have the symptoms, and you're going to continue with the purging,
Right.
until you fix it.
That's right.
So yes, it's collective, but it's also individual.
It's individual.
We all have to do our part.
That's right. We do. That's right.
And Spirit's language, they speak to us
Through
Ascension symptoms. Because, it's hard to get our attention.
Exactly.
But these symptoms and this purging, that gets our attention.
Right.
Every time.
And look,
it's like a warning sign.
Thank you. Yes. Right.
It's like, and to ignore it, and those are the examples that we were given.
Right.
To ignore the symptoms, it's like, are you going to ignore cancer? Are you going to ignore,
a street sign? So right
sign?
On your path that says, "Turn around, don't drown."
See, I got deadly disease. You got street sign. It's all the same.
It's the same.
It's something that you can't
ignore. Right. But look, Spirit has to get you into the 5D, right? Has to get you into the 5D in order to get you to understand this and connect to this.
Yes.
Because if you're in the 3D, this is what happens in the 3D, okay? If Spirit were to start talking to you, you're hearing voices.
Yeah.
What does fear and control and all of those negative things of the 3D do? Right away, put a label on you. You know what? You're schizophrenic. So.
And that's nonsense.
Right. So Spirit's got to move you out of there. That's why the inner work has to be done, because then you're able to release all that you have learned and of the social conditioning of 3D, and you're starting all over. It's a reboot. Yes, it
is.
And it's
4:44.
Exactly.
For some reason, at 4:44.
Of course it is.
My phone lights up.
4:44.
So
even that's is a
sign.
Message from Spirit. That's your sign.
So one other thing I want to talk about. If you want to become a Reiki practitioner,
yes,
we can help you with that. We are
Reiki masters.
We're Reiki masters. We can do that for you. There's also something that I haven't quite finished it yet. Been working on it. We've been kind of busy, so it's kind of been a little bit slow going. But on Udemy, which is like an online university for everything under the sun, that you can imagine. There is a course called Spiritual Shamanic Initiation, the Moon Eye Key.
Yes.
Okay? And it takes you through 9 rites of the shamanic journey. And this course is absolutely free. It should always be absolutely free. And it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It gets you in touch with the earth elements, which is what shamanism is about.
Right.
And with the healing and with the connecting to spirit. As
The
you
higher
go through,
dimensions.
Right, as you go through the nine rites.
Right.
So if you want to research that, the Moon Eye Key, it's spelled MUNAY.
And
KI.
we can make a reference to it below.
Oh yeah, we'll put it in the description box. So yeah, to me, I only just found out about this recently, really, maybe about a month or 2 ago, and it was after I became a Reiki master. But I just think
it was guidance.
Awesome.
Yes, and it was guidance for her.
And it's free.
It is.
It's just a little course.
And in Tanya saying that it should always be free is not an opinion. It is it's the way of the shaman.
Yeah, it's the way of the Moon Eye Key. It should be, it shouldn't have cost. And you get your attunements with it through each rite. You get attuned to that particular rite, and it's going to carry you forward quite a bit in your healing.
It will,
and in your connecting with spirit and with the earth.
And brings you more into unconditionality, and that is something that's also that's what's needed for you to be able to ascend into the higher and ground in the higher frequencies.
So I think that's about it. Really.
Yeah, that's it. We'll speak more of this
in coming days, I'm sure.
Right, as we receive the messages to do so. So, all right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a blessed day and a blessed evening wherever you're at.
And we will speak with you again soon.